even on a micro layout, I like point operation to be a bit more sophisticated than poking them with my fingers. So on Ferness Quay, I'm going to be fitting some Pico PL10E point motors. They're double acting solenoid motors that I've used for about 25 years. The tangs on top allow you to plug them straight into the bottom of points, but that means drilling an enormous hole in the baseboard, so instead I'm going to be using the PL9 adapter bases to allow me to screw them underneath. When I get underneath, the first thing I find is that the track pins have gone all the way through the baseboard, so I bend them over with a small pair of pliers and then put a dollop of PVA on each so I don't hurt myself. It's important that the point motor and the tie bar line up, so I mark those on the bottom of the baseboard with a pencil and then put the point motor in place and waggle it backwards and forwards so I know which direction the point is thrown over. You want the motor and the point to be the same direction when you're screwing the motor into place. Trust me, it's easy to get that wrong. The base is attached with a couple of small brass screws, and you drill a 1mm pilot hole just to get that started. Yes, it is a bit of a fiddle putting the screws in, and it's a lot easier. The baseboard in this case is upside down. A reasonably long flat bladed screwdriver is very, very handy for this sort of thing, and just screw them down in place. Now there's a bit of adjustment on the point motor, both fore and aft and side to side on the different ends on this adapter base. Earlier versions had 3 screw holes in, which made them even fiddlier to fit. But the key is don't screw it really hard to the baseboard, because it's perfectly possible just to distort the base slightly so that the motor doesn't move freely. It's amazing. You can have a couple of mil worth of slop and you won't have an issue. Sometimes you find some idiot has decided the motor's got to be far too close to a piece of wood and it's fiddly to get the screw in. The trick is put a bit of blue tack in the screw head and then poke the screwdriver into that, and that allows you just to get it down behind the motor without dropping it too much. Again, very handy if you're working under a baseboard and screwing upwards in this respect. And again, just check the point motor is nice and free, and then it's on to wiring up.